Is it less painful to just let cancer take its course with no treatment than it is to endure rounds of chemo, etc., and surgery? My brother Logan asked me that question when he was 12 years old. I was 17, basically raising him since dad left and mom worked nights at the diner. Logan had been complaining about stomach pain for months, but I kept giving him Tums and telling him to drink more water. Kids get stomach aches all the time, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. When Logan finally collapsed at school, they rushed him to the hospital. The doctor pulled me into a tiny room that smelled like bleach and told me Logan had stage 3 colon cancer. Stage 3, in a 12-year-old. I couldn't breathe. The walls felt like they were closing in. The oncologist started talking about treatment options: aggressive chemotherapy, surgery to remove part of his colon, radiation. He said we needed to start immediately. I nodded like I understood, but all I could think about was how I was supposed to explain this to mom when she got home from her shift. That night, Logan was quiet, too quiet. He stared at the hospital ceiling for hours. Finally, he turned to me and said, "Riley, remember when Grandpa died?" Of course I remembered. Grandpa fought lung cancer for 8 months. 8 months of watching him shrink into nothing. 8 months of him throwing up everything he tried to eat. 8 months of him crying from pain and begging us to make it stop. Logan was only 10 then, but he saw everything. We both did. "If I do the chemo," Logan whispered, "will it be like that? Will I end up screaming like Grandpa did?" I wanted to lie. I wanted to tell him it would be different, easier. But Logan was smart. He'd seen what fighting looked like, and it traumatized him. Every needle Grandpa got, every time he threw up, every night he screamed from the pain. Logan remembered all of it. Over the next week, I tried everything. I promised him new video games if he did the treatment. I told him about all the places we'd visit when he got better. I even tried guilt-tripping him, saying mom would be heartbroken if he didn't fight. Nothing worked. Logan wasn't being stubborn or dramatic. He was genuinely terrified. "I don't want to die hooked up to machines," he told me one morning. "I want to see the beach again. I want to play Mario Kart with Tommy next door. I want to die at home." But I couldn't accept that. I was 17. I thought fighting meant never giving up, so I went behind his back and signed the treatment forms as his legal guardian. The chemo started the next week. The first few days weren't terrible. Logan was tired, but okay. By week 2, he couldn't keep anything down. His hair started falling out in clumps. His skin turned gray. By week 3, he was exactly like Grandpa, screaming at night, begging me to make it stop. I said no, he whispered one night after throwing up for the 4th time. "I told you I didn't want this. You're not my sister anymore. You're just like the doctors." That broke me, completely shattered me. The next morning, I marched into the oncologist's office and told him we were stopping treatment. He freaked out, started talking about survival rates and how kids bounce back faster than adults, how I was making a mistake. "He's not just a sick kid," I said. "He's a person, and he gets to choose." We went home that afternoon. Logan's last 3 months were different. Still painful, yeah, but also filled with board games and afternoon movies. He got to see his friends. He ate ice cream for breakfast when he felt good enough. We drove to the coast and watched sunsets. Mom quit her night job to be with us. On his last night, Logan handed me this crumpled drawing. It was a stick figure of me holding a shield, protecting a smaller stick figure from monsters. At the bottom, in his messy handwriting, it said, "Thanks for fighting the monsters, even when I said not to." He died 2 hours later, holding my hand. The doctor said if we'd continued treatment, he might have had 6 more months, maybe a year, but those months would have been hospital rooms and pain and fear. Instead, Logan got to be home. He got to be himself until the end. I still wonder if I made the right choice.